the manager of the year, by the way, Joe Maddon of your Tampa Bay Rays. Hello, Joe. How you doing?
JP, I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
We're actually up in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
We're promoting the Army-Navy game, America's game, the 112th edition, one of the great iconic sports events on our calendar here. And have you ever been to an Army-Navy game?
I have not, but that was always played in Philadelphia. Was it Kennedy JFK Stadium at one time, and it was right by Veterans Stadium and the Spectrum and all that particular area. But my dad was in the Army. My dad was a big advocate of that game, but I never got to attend.
Well, you got to do it. I did it last year, and just being down on the field when the cadets march in and the midshipmen march in, it is an amazing spectacle. And just kind of getting down on the ground floor last year and seeing how much it means to these guys, these players. And, it's real pure college football. These guys aren't going to go play in the NFL. It's a great event, so hopefully one day you'll be able to catch it.
I would like to do that, and I couldn't agree with you more. I love the purist concept of that form of football. I went to the Lafayette Lehigh football game this year, and I had the same vibe while I was watching that game.
Yeah, it's cool stuff. Well, you got a great event going on tomorrow night at 717 South with our good friend Michael Stewart there on South Howard. It's the second annual Thanksmas dinner. And I know you've been doing Thanksmas events up in Hazleton, PA, and around the Salvation Army next week. So tell me a little bit about this event tomorrow night at 717 South.
Well, it's kind of the kickoff at the Thanksmas season as it's becoming to be known. We're going to have in the restaurant, beautiful restaurant here on Howard, and primarily serving our fare, which is the spaghetti meatball sausage with some pierogi on the side to really encompass my Italian Polish heritage. So that'll be the main course. The primary reason is to really raise the awareness for and of our homeless brothers and sisters in the area this time of the year, to try to raise some money also to buy gifts. Last year we bought hoodies. This year it's going to be some stocking caps, and I believe we're going to give away some toothbrushes and other items. But also the money that's being raised at this event, and even this past spring we had the event at Tropicana Field during the Fan Fest, where we're starting to raise a cachet of money now. We're going to be able to do more regarding purchases, and a big part of it is for the kids and the families too. So we're getting organized with this. But Michael, he and I talked about it last year, and we're now utilizing this as the kickoff event for Thanksmas. It's going to be wall-to-wall tomorrow night. That's
fantastic. Now, can people still get tickets for that, or is it sold out, or do you know?
I know that it's going to be tough to get a table. He's well up over his reservations, I think, but you got to call and find out. Yeah. But you could walk in and just hang out. We're going to have a bunch of the guys tend the bar, David Price, James Shields, Matt Joyce, Sean Rodriguez,
awesome.
Reed Brignac, and I think Johnny Damon's going to attend too. And then the real head bartender will be Coach Don Zimmer, as I call it. Coach Zimmerman will be here, as well as several of our coaches. So it's going to be a great event. It's a lot of fun. It gets into the spirit. And again, my primary concern is to raise this level of awareness, because I think too many times we think, the normal public thinks that the homeless, those that are homeless, really are these kind of deadbeat people that don't want to work. And of course, that may be a part of the problem, but there's a larger part that is not. And that's the group that maybe has lost one income from the economy situation. It's single moms. It's actually homeless kids. It really is far-reaching. And if you attend the Salvation Armies like we do on an annual basis, and you see the work that the volunteers do daily, what we do pales in comparison to that. So this is just one small item, hopefully to raise the empathy regarding the situation.
Yeah, and I think I read in the paper today there's over 1,100 families in Hillsborough County with kids that don't have shelter. I mean, that's heartbreaking. We got to do something about that. That's crazy.
It's an incredible thought. I came into this restaurant right now having some things to do, and I was very, very hungry. But it was very easy to say, "But I have a bowl of soup." You put it down, and your hunger satiated. But that's what we all do. But that's not what these folks are able to do. Just a common decency, or one of the things that really just keeps you alive, just to be able to eat. They can't even do that on a consistent basis. And the kids, it could lead to our development mentally, physically, all the different things. And it's just in regards to their self-esteem. All these factors are tied in. So it goes well beyond people that just don't want to work. We have to really understand that it's much deeper than that.
Okay, Joe, I got to ask you about the big signing of Albert Pujols today. $254 million, 10 years, and he leaves St. Louis. Is that good for baseball?
I know it's good for Albert. I don't.
And the Pujols clan, yeah.
You know what? I don't think it's bad for baseball. It's what baseball is.
Yeah.
We've gone to this point. Those are the rules. Albert Pujols has earned the right to go out on the free market and attempt to negotiate and earn as much as he can based on his abilities. That's the way it is. Now, when you talk about a city like St. Louis, it just rings a little bit more loudly because it is such a tradition-rich city, and these people really care. I mean, when we played there and when we did the All-Star game there, there's a different vibe there, man. These people, from 5 years old up to 95 years old, they're into their Cardinals. So it probably cuts a little bit more deeply there. But at the end of the day, man, that's the way the rules work, and you can't blame the guy.
And, Joe, what about with the Rays? I know the Rays don't do much in the first level of free agency, but obviously I know Andrew's active, and there's been some talk of maybe a deal with the Reds. Obviously you guys are trying to address the first base and that DH spot. So are you getting a sense that there's some good deals on the table? I know you can't talk names, but are you excited about what possibly could happen?
Yeah, I mean, I just got back here from Dallas, and I was in the war room up there, and honestly, we have such a really great group of really smart minds, not just baseball minds, but these guys are just smart. And we have some really good ideas, I think, maybe some names that folks don't necessarily know yet. But, once you get to October and they're playing in the playoffs, all of a sudden everybody starts to know them. I like the way we do business. You just talked about the Army-Navy game. The Rays could be either Army or Navy in regards to that. We have more of a purist attitude, I think, in regards to how we put our team together, how you view our team, I think not only regionally or locally, but also nationally. I think that's why people kind of like us. Beyond the fact that we've been successful, I think there's more of a baseball purity about us. The biggest thing would be that eventually we'd be able to hold on to our own, and you spoke to that earlier when you were talking about possibly a new ballpark. That's what it comes down to, the fact that you don't lose your left fielder to free agency or some of your relief pitchers to free agency, et cetera. So at the end of the day, hopefully that's going to eventually occur. But in the meantime, I think you could go Army and Navy and the Tampa Bay Rays.